I grew up in a small town in Texas, and I never really had a lot of money. So when I got all of my sponsor bonuses, photo incentives, and prize money for winning Best Trick at X Games, I went a little crazy at first, partying, you know, trying to be a big shot. But then I tried to get a little bit smarter and spend my money on necessities. When you get a bunch of money, no one warns you about taxes. It's like half the money. So these days, I'm back living in a small town in Texas, and I need to learn a new trick quick. This is Chuck Carothers. You're watching M80.
The Chuck Carothers episode of M80 has begun. Freestyle motocross, random stupidity, and me. I'm this episode's token hottie, Flor. I'm here to do 3 things. Read the cue cards that introduce the motocross segments, wear these cute little shorts, and make all you freestyle motocross fans need a cold shower. Here's our featured rider, Chuck Carothers.
Chuck Carothers, I ride freestyle motocross. I got my first bike when I was 10 years old, and one thing I always loved to do was jump. I was always the first person at a track to jump all the jumps. And then when the videos started coming out and freestyle started coming around, I started trying the tricks. And took me a while, but here I am. When I moved out to California, I was hanging out with the guys who make them ranch out. They finally let me film a day, and wadded up pretty good. And the way it was, you know, after the video, I was the crash guy, and it just really bummed me out. But it doesn't affect me. That's not really making me want to stop or quit. And I was back on. I was like, I want to do something, and I wanted to do a body barrel. Went to X Games and it worked. Landed it, rode out, won the X Games gold. Well, that one trick completely changed things for me. I was low on money, and right then I just won $50,000, and was able to purchase a house. My phone rang more. People wanted to sponsor me. People wanted me to ride in the shows, And instead of just being the guy that got hurt all the time, instead of being the guy that people just thought crashed a lot and was just kind of there, I was now like one of the fun guys. So it changed my life a whole bunch. People, they think that my drive is gone in this sport. They think that I don't want to do anything else. They think that I've done my thing, that I'm done. And I'm gonna work even harder than I did to do that with Corolla, to prove them all wrong. And I'm not gonna stop and, well, won't stop when I do prove them wrong, but I definitely will.
Innovation is a bitch, but somebody's gotta do it. This next section documents two guys who have set out to change the freestyle motocross industry forever.
The idea for the bar spin bike came about probably six and a half years ago. And it was the first time I'd ever been to a freestyle motorcycle event. I saw them doing the Supermans and all these little tricks and everything. It was just great. But the first thing I thought was, boy, it'd be great to see this if they could do the same things they do on a bicycle, on a BMX bike. I'd like to see that on a motorcycle. He basically came to me one day and said, hey, I want to do a bike that does bar spins and tail whips and you can do decade airs and let's make it. All right, awesome. I had the creative energy and the style and I knew what we wanted, but I needed the right team to put it all together. First thing I did was go to a gentleman named Eddie Paul from EP Industries, and he's the guru, the man who can just make anything out of nothing and solve all problems. I presented him the situation of what I wanted to do, and he jumped right in and started coming up with certain designs. And some were right, some were wrong, some were just way out there.
In the beginning, the whole system was going to use the original triple clamps and have the forks fall down where the bars could spin, and then the forks would drive back up through the triple clamps on impact to the ground. This had too many problems, too many difficulties. So Marcel had that whole thing simplified and we threw that whole prototype away. I mean, went through like 5 or 6 prototypes before we finally got one that worked.
My lifestyle is surrounded by bicycles, so I need forks. I know bicycle forks. That's what we have to do, and we have to maintain that style.
We brought in a freestyle BMX bike and we took a good hard look at what they had made, and we basically based our fork system on that.
And I told him, a couple of weeks from now, I'm driving it out to his home base, and we'll start flipping in the foam pit and see how it really works.
He jumped it into the foam pit and everybody just rejoiced. He jumped out of the foam pit with his arms raised. He says this is going to revolutionize the sport.
Got the tricks dialed in, trying decade airs, trying all this other stuff in the foam pit.
Everyone was really excited, and it was just the first time that anyone's ever done a bar spin. It looked perfect.
It was a tremendous feeling of joy after the months and months of struggle and work and the endless nights and keeping it secret.
Coming up to the X Games, there was so many things going through my mind.
The anticipation from everybody in the crowd was just tremendous.
More of the bar spin saga, Chuck Carothers, and a new face in freestyle, Todd Potter, when M80 returned. Welcome back to M80. This next section takes place in Texas, where our featured rider, Chuck Carothers, has set up his own FMX playground.
Camp Chuck. Camp Chuck is my property. It's in Cleveland, Texas. It's a perfect motor spot for me because I can ride in my own backyard. And that's what most people don't dream about. I have a foam pit right next to my warehouse. Got a big field, got a nice course built on it, and it's just like an X Games course. And that's a great spot to train for everything I will compete in.
See her staring out the window every day. dreaming of a place to go that's so far away. And I wonder if there might be buried underneath this rubble. And I wonder just who is standing when our love gets down that settle. I'm like you, secretly, I wanna be Tokyo. I'm like you, secretly, I wanna be glorified for all my bad deeds.
You know, it started out as a joke, Camp Chuck did, and just a name, and now it's just kind of led into actually being a camp. And there is possibly a future of it being a camp, letting people come out here and having a place to stay and ride and do everything. But just now it's just for my friends, professional riders.
I see him walking down the hallway all alone, dreaming of marrying a supermodel. And I wonder if there might be buried underneath this rubble. And I wonder if you'll be there and when our love is dust and settled. I'm like you, secretly, I wanna be Tokyo. I'm like you, secretly, I wanna be glorified for all my bad deeds.
Travis's house, Pastrana land, I call it Pastrana-rama. It definitely, you know, has some influence. Yes, his stuff is like the high class, everything's a little fancier. I'm gonna have a little more low class, but more stuff to do. I'm definitely, you know, I tell Travis that I'm gonna have a better place than him. Yeah, I'm still building, still adding all kinds of tracks and jumps and all kinds of stuff to entertain. But Camp Chuck will be around for quite some time.
It's time to meet one of the best new FMX professionals. He can't handle his liquor very well, but he's in the militia. He's a good rider, and he's very dedicated to the sport. Here is Todd Potter blowing up.
My name's Todd Potter, and I ride freestyle motocross. I pretty much got into the sport of freestyle from I rode bikes since I was 5 years old, and then started riding BMX a lot, and then learned how to kind of jump on that, and then got back into freestyle, and then it kind of just took off. I met Deegan, and it all kind of just worked out, and here I am riding.
Sickened by the conflict, these poison lives to deal with, the parasite to feed from me. Hold me down!
Basically, I love to ride my dirt bike, so I went out to Beaumont, Akatia, everywhere that was free, and was on my dirt bike. I wasn't practicing starts or cornering, but I was practicing riding my dirt bike.
Stop! Here I go walking the lifelines, I'm hitting the deadlines, standing on the choice of a lifetime, thought crimes and poisons taste so good in my mind. Beating my eyes from the side that feels fine, yeah. Staring straight through ya, screw ya. Dropping signs like I was screwed up, so what's it to ya? Falling short of getting mine, but I'm still gonna try.
Potter lives here in Temecula, so he just comes around all the time. Like, you can't shake Potter. He's usually the first one here, first one in his gear, first one on the course, last one on his course. Guy's just amped. He thinks he's on the A team. We like to tell him he's on the B team still, because it pisses him off.
False hope again. Seems like I'll never win. Don't know which road to take. Feels like my blood will crash. All the expectations high. I'm falling short in life. I know my rights and wrongs, but I still slip. I slip back and back again. I slip back and back again. I slip back and back again. I slip back. I'm falling short. I feel I'm slipping. Lost again. It's never gonna pay my
in my quest for X Games domination, I'm just gonna ride a bunch and have fun and do every contest I can and be a cool person.
After the break, more Chuck, a trip to Mexico, and the bar spin bike goes to the X Games. Welcome back to M80. I'm this episode's token hottie, Flor. We already showed you the creation of the bar spin bike, but here's what happened when it went to the X Games.
I mean, the first plane didn't just fly the first time. The first rocket ship, I'm sure, blew up at some point, you know? So we made the bike and we took it out at the biggest stage that there is for freestyle motocross. We put it out in front of the whole world for everyone to see.
I vividly remember, watching one of the guys, because Travis was already up on the top on his regular bike, because he'd just been practicing, and he had dug out a little lip into the landing pad, and he had been practicing just baby backflips. And I was like, what is this guy, what's he doing, what's he doing?
The anticipation from everybody in the crowd was just tremendous. He brought the bike out.
My heart was racing, I was so nervous, because I knew that there was a lot of expectations that popped up out of nowhere. The problem that happened, we ended up with a weak weld where the stem meets the fork on the frame.
When he landed on the other side, I was standing right there, and we ran out and just saw the bike had just broken in half. We just drug it off. It was horrible. It was horrible.
For me, I was just happy that, we showed them that we had something to, basically change the way freestyle motocross, is.
First thing I did was get it re-welded, because the last thing I want is having this thing floating around broken, So we re-welded, re-strengthened it, came up with different design. And then Travis went and gave me a call and said, hey, we want to jump this thing and make it work out in Washington.
Spokane, Washington. Crashed it 10 billion times over this big old step up. Never broke.
Just one time after another, just hitting it on dirt, backflip bar spin, backflip double bar spins over and over and over again. That was a validation, and redemption for everybody. We knew it could work.
One thing went wrong, we've conquered that now.
I think that's the future of the sport, and with a little help from Marcel and those guys, I think we can really take it to the next level.
The Barnet Tour does several demos all over the United States, but is also well known for giving a lot of freestyle MXers their first paid gigs. But here's what happened when they decided to take their tours south of the border.
We're on the Boost Mobile FreestyleMX.com tour, and it's the first time coming down to Mexico.
Well, I was driving to a show one hot Texas night, pushing my car to 110, not a policeman in sight. Well, I got my suit, my rattlesnake boots, and the guitar in the back, and my hands started shaking because the motor was quick and I was on my last bottle of Jack.
Being in a bull arena, the focus is all in the center, and then just everything is all built, on top of you.
A good show. I think so. I think these people are going to go nuts.
Basically, this event's going to consist of 10 riders, all performing. It's all by crowd applause. There's no judges or anything. And then at the end of the night, the crowd will pick out a winner.
So I looked down on the side of the road with smoke pouring out of the grill. Well, I grabbed my guitar, kicked the door, had 100 more miles to kill. So I started walking, the cops were attacking every one of me and who was around. But I wasn't listening because the moon wasn't glistening on the Lincoln Continental, it was gearing down.
This is my first time riding in Mexico, and they just go crazy. The energy I get from the crowd is what makes me do what I do.
Mark Barnet, he started this tour probably about 6 years ago. He's a hard worker, man, and I respect that.
It's the first time, and whenever you bring anything new, there's gonna be some bumps in the road.
We're having a great time here in Mexico with no ramps and no motorcycles.
We just heard the bikes made it, the ramps made it, and the shows are gonna happen tonight. It brings freestyle to a lot of cities, a lot of people that will never get a chance to see it unless he brings it to them. Next time, hopefully we come back again, and next time it'll go a lot smoother.
That's it. Show's over. Check back next time for more freestyle motocross and random stupidity.